What's up, Team Insanity? Hey guys, this is Larry, and I'm going to be your coach for the Insanity Small Group. I'm really looking forward to helping you guys through Insanity. I've been through the program a couple times, along with an Asylum 1 and 2. I've also done P90X, P90X2, and a little bit of T25. I really want to get you guys off on the right start. And the last couple insanity groups that we've had have really fallen apart. Some of that could be my fault, but insanity is tough. It's not an easy 2 month program. It's very heavy on your legs. I actually, the first time I went through it, my legs were shot in month 2 at one point, and I had to take a couple days off. So it's very, intense, and you know, earning that shirt is an awesome reward because this is tough. So here's a couple things that I would like to do for this group. One, I've never done this in the past, and I know Lance and a couple other coaches don't do it, but I would really like everyone to start from day one together. The last couple groups, people have been at various stages of their program, and there's just no, it's people just don't get in sync and don't get to know each other that way. And I would really, really appreciate it if you would start at day one and let's do this all together. Um, I'm probably going to do try to be a day ahead of you guys so I can feed you guys some tips or things that I notice through the workouts that may help you, or things that you want to focus on that I think are difficult or that I have problems with. But for the most part, I'm going to be right there at the same time, and we can do this again together. So with that said, let me think. Where was I going with this? So for week one, let's get these workouts in. This is what I told my team is you guys wanted to be here, so you really need to figure out a time when you can do these workouts and get them in. It's I don't want to say an appointment like a job appointment, because at some point, working out will be fun and it will drive you crazy to miss workouts, believe it or not. But in the beginning, I know it's tough, but you have to figure out a time that is for you. Don't let family and friends interfere with it. You want to do this. You have fitness related goals or to lose weight, and this has to be your time. Um, what I do is I work out at 4 a.m. My family's asleep. It's before work. It's before, I know what's going to happen in my day. So I get it done and out of the way. So if I have a bad day, or, things, life interferes, I don't have an excuse late at night saying I'm tired and I'm just going to skip today. So, if you have to work out in the evening, that's fine. But let's make sure you're not making excuses and skipping workouts. So, week one, get those workouts in and let's get to our rest day. Okay? On top of that, same thing I told my team. We got to start working on nutrition. Nutrition is key in any workout program. It doesn't matter if you're doing Insanity or P90X or whatever. Um, it's really important. Insanity may be a little different because it's so high intensity that we need to, kind of monitor and see how you guys are doing at your calorie level. I think the calorie level set for men and women in the kickoff call are realistic. I've done Insanity at those calorie levels. I've also done it on the Fat Shredder macro eating plan. Although I will say in month two does get much more intense, and we may need a little bit more carbs going into month two. But basically, a lot of this is going to be by feel and what you're telling me. If you guys are feeling tired or sluggish, we want to make nutrition adjustments, because really, your nutrition is the key to all of this. You have to look at food as fuel. We don't eat cupcakes and brownies and things like that. Those are enjoyments. But if you eat the right foods, and actually sugar and carbohydrates are key to getting through workouts because they restore your glycogen levels. You have to start viewing it that way, that if I eat the right foods, it's going to make my workouts go more successfully and I'm going to get more out of it. So with week one, as far as nutrition goes, you know, read those nutrition blogs. Like I said, I posted my personal for my team in the Insane group. There's also the Fat Shredder plan. If you guys have questions or aren't understanding it completely, don't hesitate to ask. If you have questions, there may be somebody else with the same question, and we want to get those answered. And look, if you ask questions, you may help someone else in the process, and there's nothing more rewarding than helping someone else reach their fitness goals and getting healthy. So don't be afraid to ask. So hopefully you have MyFitnessPal. You definitely need to start trying to use this. Um, and seeing where your calorie level is at. With week one, I really just want you guys to focus on hitting the correct calorie levels. Some of you, may have problems eating, you know, 1,400 calories for women or 2 to 2,200 for men. That may be a big cutback and you may feel hungry. Um, but you know it's going to be hard, and you're going to have to just see if you can push through it for a couple days. If you've been on, a lot of caffeine, caffeine is actually not the enemy, but you do need to kind of wean off of it, because if you're on caffeine all the time, it's less effective as a workout booster. And I can get into that later. But anyway, so you may have some headaches going into the first couple days. I don't recommend, like NSAIDs regularly, but if you have like a slight headache or something like that, it's your choice if you want to use those to kind of relieve a headache and things like that. So anyway, just focus on the calorie level and let's see where you're at. You can also tinker with the macros, trying to hit 50% protein or at least 40%. 50% is pretty hard to do. But anyway, like at least see where you're at as far as that goes. If you don't master it in week one, I'm not going to be surprised. It's very difficult to hit those numbers. And this isn't, a 1 week contest. This is 90 days. So we want to get you through the 60 days of insanity. And then, you can either do insanity another month to get you through the 90 days, or you can switch into something else. My game plan is to go into Asylum, Asylum 1 or 2. I have both, and I'll do whichever. So I don't know if there's anybody that just has Asylum that's going to start with it. But if you have Insanity, I would kind of suggest maybe you do Insanity with us, and then we'll go into Asylum for the last month, and just go from there. So first week, workouts in. Start logging your nutrition, seeing where you're at, and then we'll get this first week under our belt and go from there. Make sure, hopefully you've watched the kickoff call. Make sure you do your measurements and your photos if you won in the contest. If you have questions about that, feel free to ask. And yeah, we'll go from there. So that's kind of my game plan. Oh, in the past, I've also done small challenges throughout the Insanity group, but we'll see how it goes. If this group stays motivated and stays with it, and you guys feel like you have the extra energy, we can do that. But most people, Insanity is so intense, especially when you get into month 2, that extra side challenges, people just don't have the energy for it. So I don't want to derail us by doing extra stuff, but I will, do my best to try and figure out ways for us to kind of do fun stuff throughout it. We'll videotape some segments of our workout that'll try and push you harder, but it'll also kind of share with others how we're doing, and just kind of compete in a friendly manner like that. With that said, I do really want somebody either from my own team or from someone from Insanity to win this thing. So I'm definitely committed to helping you guys. And if an Insanity member wins the best overall transformation, I will be super excited and very proud. Um, I do think that it's very possible for Insanity to be the top program. I think it's excellent. But with that being said, if you look at the Beachbody message boards, there are a lot of people that really um, don't have great weight loss or transformations early on with this program. Um, you have to stick with it. It's not 1 week, it's not 2 weeks, it's 63 days. And a lot of people don't start seeing awesome transformations until the last couple weeks. So, you know, just because you're not seeing the scale move dramatically and things like that doesn't mean that you aren't having progress. So there are lots of things to gauge progress, including the fit test. If you do a fit test and 2 weeks later you weigh the same amount, but your fit test numbers have all gone up by 30%, guess what? You're making progress. Yeah, it's not showing up on a scale, on a weight scale, but that doesn't mean you're not losing fat. So you're going to have to be ready for some of these mental challenges and, not to throw in the towel because, the scale doesn't say what you want it to say because there's much more to it than that. And we will get into all that as we go. Um, so feel free, shoot me your questions and we'll go from there. I'm super excited and I hope you guys are too. I'm looking forward to getting to know you better. And yeah, let's win this thing. All right. Thanks, guys.